All right, so get this. Today we're diving deep into making money online, but with a twist.
A twist.
Yeah, forget the whole side hustle grind. We're all about like the laziest ways to make money online. You know, rake in the cash without breaking a sweat.
Working smarter, not harder. I like it.
Exactly. And the best part is we've got this source material breaking down all these online money-making tactics. And get this, it actually ranks them by like how lazy they are.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So where do we even begin with this lazy money-making adventure?
Well, first up, let's talk about freelancing, specifically video editing.
Video editing?
Yeah, you know, in this day and age, everyone's scrolling through TikTok, binging YouTube.
Right, videos everywhere.
Exactly. So video editors, they're in high demand.
True. And the beauty of freelancing, you know, is that it lets you use skills you already have. Like if you're already good with video editing software.
You're already halfway there.
Exactly.
So, okay, say I've got like the basic skills. What's the learning curve like to actually make money from it?
Well, our source says it takes about 6 months to really get comfortable with the whole freelancing thing. It's not just the technical stuff, you know.
Right.
It's also finding clients, managing projects, setting your rates.
So it's not like an overnight success kind of thing.
Not really, no. But it's definitely doable with a bit of, you know, dedicated effort.
That makes sense. So you've got to put in some work up front, but then you've got the freedom to choose your projects, right?
Exactly. But one thing to keep in mind is dealing with clients. That can be a bit of a headache sometimes. You know, you're dealing with people directly, and sometimes their expectations might not be realistic.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, actually, the source mentions this story about the writer's son who had this client who kept insisting on all these changes that actually made the video worse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it just goes to show, you know, communication and setting boundaries from the start are so important.
Definitely a good lesson to learn. So we've got potentially lucrative skills, a learning curve that's not too bad, freedom to choose projects. But are there downsides? Is freelancing really a lazy way to make money?
Well, one thing to consider is scalability. As a freelancer, the money you make is directly tied to like the time you put in.
So you're trading hours for dollars.
Yeah, pretty much.
So not exactly passive income then.
True, but there are ways to be more efficient, like using templates or systems to streamline your work.
So you can squeeze in some strategic laziness even if you're freelancing.
Exactly. And another plus is the low startup cost. If you have a computer and internet, you're good to go.
No need to like buy a bunch of fancy equipment.
Nope. All right, so how about we move on to something a bit more, shall we say, intriguing?
Okay, lay it on me. What's next on our lazy money-making menu?
How about Airbnb arbitrage? Imagine being the middleman, you know, profiting from the price difference between long-term leases and those short-term rentals.
Okay, break that down for me. How does that even work?
Basically, you rent a property on a long-term lease, and then you list it on Airbnb, you know, for a higher daily or weekly rate. The key is to find properties in high-demand areas, like near tourist spots or busy downtowns.
So you're not even owning the property. You're just like working the system.
Yeah, pretty much. It's thinking outside the box, finding opportunities.
That's pretty clever. But what about the laziness factor? How much effort goes into this whole Airbnb arbitrage thing?
Our source says it takes about 1 to 3 months to learn the basics, you know, getting familiar with Airbnb rental laws, basic property management skills.
Okay, not nothing, but not a year-long commitment either.
Right. And here's the interesting part. There are tools that can make it way easier, like management software like Guesty or Hostfully. They can automate stuff like bookings, talking to guests, even check-ins.
So you can actually be pretty hands-off with it.
Exactly. And one of the best things about Airbnb arbitrage is it's scalable. As you get more experience and resources, you can add more properties, potentially making a lot of passive income.
Okay, so far so good. We've got high scalability, manageable learning curve, potential passive income, but I'm guessing there's a catch, right? Nothing's ever that easy.
You're right. There are some trade-offs. One big one is the startup capital. Our source says you need between $5,000 to $15,000 to get started.
Okay, so not exactly spare change.
No. That money's mainly for securing the long-term lease, furnishing the place, and covering those initial costs like cleaning and stuff.
I see. So it's not something you can just jump into without any planning.
True. But the potential returns could be worth it, especially if you pick the right properties and manage them well.
So Airbnb arbitrage offers a pretty tempting mix of high scalability and potential passive income, but it comes with a higher cost upfront and, you know, some risks. Definitely something to think about carefully.
Absolutely. It's all about weighing the pros and cons and figuring out if it fits your goals and, of course, your budget. Now, how about something a little more nostalgic, like setting up an eBay shop?
eBay. Oh, I love eBay. It's like a giant online garage sale.
Right. And you're tapping into this huge marketplace with millions of potential buyers. You don't even have to build a website or anything.
Yeah, that's a big plus for people who aren't like super techie.
Totally. But what about actually running an eBay shop? How much work is that?
Yeah. Is it a huge time commitment?
Not really. Our source says it takes about 2 weeks to get the hang of the platform, like setting up your account, listing items, all that.
2 weeks? That's not bad at all.
Right. And for products, you've got options. You could start by just decluttering your own place.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's got stuff they could sell.
Exactly. Or you could hit up thrift stores, garage sales, find some hidden treasures.
I love a good thrifting adventure. But what if you want to sell, like, new stuff?
You could try wholesale suppliers. There's this website called DHgate. It's pretty popular with eBay sellers.
DHgate? What's that?
It's basically a marketplace where you can buy stuff in bulk at, like, wholesale prices, mostly from China.
So you can get stuff cheaper and then resell it for a profit on eBay.
Exactly. And the cool thing is you can start small on eBay and then scale up as you go.
So you don't have to go all in right away.
Nope. You can just, test the waters, see what sells well, maybe even find a niche you're passionate about.
Like become the eBay king or queen of vintage records or something.
Exactly. Okay, but real talk, what about dealing with customers online? That can be a bit tricky, right?
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories about online buyers.
It's definitely something to be aware of. You'll be handling shipping, returns, all that.
Any tips for dealing with like difficult customers or maybe even scams?
Our source actually shares a story about this. Sometimes it's just easier to issue a refund, even if you think the buyer might be trying to pull a fast one.
So just consider the cost of doing business.
Right. It's often less hassle in the long run, and it helps you maintain a good reputation on eBay.
Makes sense. So we've got a short learning curve, lots of product options, and the potential to scale up. But what about startup costs? Do you need a lot of money to get started with an eBay shop?
Our source suggests having at least $500 to cover your initial inventory.
Okay, that's not too bad. Especially considering the potential to make a lot more than that back.
Right. Speaking of growth potential, let's move on to a method that takes lazy to a whole new level.
Okay, I'm all ears. Hit me with it.
Affiliate marketing.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that term thrown around, but I'm not really sure what it is.
Imagine being like an online matchmaker. You connect people with products or services and you get a commission for every sale.
So like recommending products to people and getting paid if they buy them?
Exactly. It's a win-win-win. The company makes a sale, the customer gets what they want, and you get a commission.
That does sound pretty sweet. But do you need like a huge following to be successful with affiliate marketing?
Not at all. You can start with a blog, social media, even just sharing links with your friends and family.
So you don't need to be a big-time influencer or anything?
Nope. And you don't need to be pushy or salesy either. It's more about, providing value, building trust with your audience.
So like being genuinely helpful.
Exactly. You're basically recommending things you actually believe in. And there are tons of affiliate programs out there. You can find products in pretty much any niche you can think of.
Cool. So how long does it take to become like a pro affiliate marketer?
Our source says the learning curve is super short, like 1 to 2 days.
Seriously, that's amazing.
Right. You learn the basics, choose some products to promote, and you're good to go. And once you set things up, the fulfillment is super easy. You don't have to deal with any inventory or shipping.
Now that's what I call lazy. But how do you actually get people to click your links and buy stuff?
Short form content is where it's at. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts.
Gotcha. So creating those like snappy videos that grab people's attention.
Exactly. And you subtly weave in your affiliate products without being too, in your face about it.
So it's about being creative and finding ways to make those recommendations feel natural.
Right. It's like storytelling with a purpose. Our source actually mentions Andrew Tate as an example.
Wait, Andrew Tate, as in that controversial guy.
Yeah, him. Apparently, he made a ton of money through affiliate marketing using short form videos.
Wow, that's interesting. I guess it shows you can be successful even if you're a bit polarizing.
As long as you know how to connect with your audience and promote products effectively.
Makes sense. So we've got a super short learning curve, easy fulfillment, and it seems like the key is to create engaging content. But what about the financial side? Do you need money to start with affiliate marketing?
Our source recommends having at least $250, mainly for creating content or maybe outsourcing it if you don't want to do it yourself.
Okay, so not a huge investment.
And the risk is really low. You're not holding any inventory or anything.
Sounds like a great way to try out online business without risking a ton of money.
Exactly. And now for the grand finale, the method that might just be the ultimate in lazy money making.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. What is it?
The AI-powered Shopify store.
AI building my online store. That sounds like something out of a movie.
Right. But it's actually a thing. Our source mentions this website called Build Your Store.
Build your store?
Yeah. It uses AI to basically walk you through setting up a Shopify store, like step by step.
Seriously?
Yeah. Choosing a niche, picking products, even making your website look all fancy. The AI helps you with all of it.
So like I could tell this AI, hey, I want to sell, I don't know, eco-friendly pet toys. And it would like handle everything. Finding the products, setting up the website.
Pretty much, yeah. It even helps you with stuff like payment processing, so you don't need to be, a tech expert or anything.
Wow. Okay, but what about like the actual products? Where do they come from? Who ships them when someone buys something?
That's where this other tool comes in called AutoDS.
AutoDS.
Yeah. It works with Build Your Store, and it basically takes care of all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Like what?
Like adding new products to your store, keeping the prices and pictures updated, and it even handles the shipping.
Wait, so I wouldn't have to deal with any of that?
Nope. It's all automated.
So I'm basically outsourcing all the hard stuff to AI. That's kind of wild.
It is pretty cool. And get this, our source mentions they have a special offer. You can get a free 3-day trial of Shopify and then 3 months for just $1 each using their link. And AutoDS has a trial for like 99 cents.
Wow, that's like practically free to try it out.
Exactly. And the scalability is like unlimited. AutoDS can keep adding new winning products to your store, and since shipping is all automated, you can grow without worrying about logistics or hiring people.
This all sounds too good to be true. There's got to be a catch.
Well, the source does say there might be a bit of a learning curve. Even though the platforms are designed to be user-friendly, it still takes a little time to get familiar with new tools.
That's fair enough. I mean, I'm still figuring out how to use my smart TV remote.
Right.
Yeah.
But compared to like building a business from scratch, a little learning curve seems like a small price to pay.
Totally. So, okay, let's recap. We've talked about 5 surprisingly lazy ways to make money online. Freelancing, specifically video editing, Airbnb arbitrage, eBay shops, affiliate marketing, and the AI-powered Shopify store.
It's pretty amazing, right? All these different options, and technology is making it so much easier to make money online, even if you don't want to put in a ton of effort.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling inspired, but I think what's even more exciting is the idea of having more time and energy to do the things we love.
Absolutely. Like imagine having passive income coming in while you're traveling the world or working on your passion project or just spending time with family and friends.
That's the dream right there. So for our listeners who are thinking about trying out one of these lazy money-making methods, what advice would you give them?
I'd say find something that really speaks to you, something you're interested in, something that fits your lifestyle.
So it's not just about like chasing the latest trend. It's about finding something you're actually passionate about.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment. You might try one thing and realize it's not for you, and that's okay. There are so many options out there.
That's a good point. And hey, you might even discover a new talent or passion you didn't know you had.
Definitely. And speaking of talents and passions, if you're looking for a little help with your online ventures, I highly recommend checking out DreamSoft Technologies.
Oh yeah, DreamSoft Technologies. They're the ones who produce this podcast, right?
That's right. They offer all sorts of services to help people and businesses succeed online. Website development, content writing, SEO. They even do mobile app development.
So they've got like the whole digital marketing thing covered.
Pretty much. And they even have a free guide on video editing you can download from their website.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Perfect for anyone who wants to try out that freelancing thing we talked about.
Exactly.
All right, so before we wrap up, I want to leave everyone with a question to ponder. Imagine you've got one of these lazy money-making systems up and running. Passive income is flowing in. What would you do with all that free time?
Ooh, that's a good one. It really gets you thinking.
Would you travel?
Yeah.
Start that business you've always dreamed of. Learn a new skill. The possibilities are endless.
They really are. It's all about creating a life you love.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that's it for our deep dive into lazy ways to make money online. We hope you learned something new and are feeling inspired to start building your own online empire.
It's been fun.
And remember, if you need a helping hand, check out Dreamsoft Technologies. They can help you with all your digital needs. Until next time, happy hustling the lazy way.